Folks, one last time, it is Sega CD Monday. This is the final episode. You will no longer hear the dulcet tones of the Sega CD Model 1 BIOS after this day.
Sorry.
On the other hand, you can load it up anytime and enjoy it whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
It just won't be with us.
Yeah, I was going to make a social distancing joke, but I'm not feeling it today.
Everyone else is going to make those jokes.
Okay, yeah, you can do it on your own, but, you know.
This is it. Today marks the end of our 2-year journey. A little bit more than 2 years ago, we started up a project that we never thought... I'm just kidding. I always thought we'd finish this project.
Oh, yeah, no. We were like, we had this all planned out. We knew we were going to do this.
Our plan was to play every single game commercially released for Sega CD. And once we finish up today's stream, we will have done that. We will have streamed every single Japanese Mega CD game, all the European exclusives, and 2 hours from now, we'll have done every US game as well. If you want to see our previous streams where we covered all these games, we keep a detailed spreadsheet. It's just below this window in our Twitch bio information.
Oh, cool.
It's a link to Google Sheets. So if there's ever a game you want to see what the pals thought of, you can see that. It's part of the public record.
Yeah, you can. It's documented for you to shame us. So.
Yeah, after today, we're sending this whole shebang to the Library of Congress, and then it's their problem.
Yes, we are in the end game for sure. Real quick, I do want to thank Real Soviet Bear for the 33-month resub. Holy shit, thank you so much.
That's a lot of months.
Real Soviet Bear says the end of Neon Sega Genesis CD.
It sure is.
Oh, God.
And I'm sure just like that show, we will have a very satisfying conclusion that will make all of our fans happy.
Oh, y'all will love it. Y'all will be like, wow, I feel so satisfied, and I'm not upset at all.
We got 3 games for you today. These are
Okay.
the last 3 ever released for Sega CD. One of them is just a guesstimate. Pitfall the Mayan Adventure just has a release date of, quote, 1995. So I assume it came out at some point and no one noticed. However, we're also playing the game that I'm fairly sure is the final release, along with one of the very last significant ones. As usual, Working Designs ended up late to the party, and they ended up producing one of the last games for the Sega CD. Not the last one. This is no Magic Knight Ray Earth for Sega Saturn. This is Lunar, Eternal Blue.
Ooh.
However, this isn't the retail version, because friend of the show Misty DeMeo gave us a preview version of the new unworked translation patch for this game, which we'll go over as we see it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play that video game.
Let me just load that here. Let's see. It's Lunar 2 Unworked, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Alright, let's do it.
Thanks to Misty for giving us the exclusive preview.
For sure, I'm actually kind of excited to see what's changed, what's different, and things like that.
No idea when this is going to be public or finished, but this will give you a good idea of what it's like. Why don't you unmute us?
Okay. We're muted.
The audio's muted.
Shouldn't be. What's going on?
Our audio.
Oh. I'm sorry. I am off of it today. I don't know what it is.
You're distressed over Sega CD Monday coming to its end.
I don't want it to end. I've been doing this every Monday. I don't know what I'm going to do Mondays now.
We have some ideas about what we're going to do on Monday after this. Not going to announce anything just yet. It's important to weigh our options, think of a project that's actually doable within the space of a few years, and not decades. So we're not playing like Super Nintendo games or anything.
No.
So this is a sequel to what was, for a time, my favorite Sega CD game, Lunar the Silver Star. Hell, it still might be my favorite. I haven't really thought about it.
It's in my top 5 at least.
This was a game I was really, really looking forward to. This is a game I bought day 1 when it came to Electronics Boutique. Don't know if it was day 1. It was at least week 1 because I went to the mall like every week or 2. And one day it showed up. They also, at the time, had a discounted copy of Popful Mail, which I bought for $39.99.
Have I told you my Lunar 2 story?
No.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was a huge Lunar fan. Should we be paying attention to the story here?
Nah.
Okay. Then Inhabitants forgot about the Blue Star and whatever. So one day, I was really into the first Lunar, like one of my favorite games. And one day, and my mom, bless her, would pick up like video game magazines for me and etc. So one day we're driving home from my mom's work and I'm reading a video game magazine and I'm like, Oh god, I had to have been like 9 or so, maybe a little. When did this come out again? 95?
95.
95,
yeah.
so I would have been like maybe around 9 or 10. Anyways, we're driving home and I see an ad for Lunar 2 in the magazine, right?
Oh, I need focus on the window too.
Okay, hold on, let me get that for you.
But go on.
So, driving home, I see the ad, and 10-year-old Alex, at the top of his lungs upon seeing the Lunar 2 ad, I shout, "Holy fuck," in a voice so disconcerting, my mom pulls the car over. I can't say it as loudly as I did there because I don't want to disturb our neighbors, but yeah, she had to pull the car over and was like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, I just turned around and screamed, "There's a Lunar 2 coming out!" And she was like, "Oh, okay, cool, alright, well, I'm glad you're safe." And that is my Lunar 2 story. Thank you very much, everybody.
Holy fuck, Lunar 2.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
That is still my opinion, is holy fuck Lunar 2.
This essentially serves as bookends for Working Designs' career on Sega CD. They started out with the original Lunar, and their final release was Lunar 2. Over that time, they got their production quality hugely jumped up. They bought a new recording studio. They were often re-recording music and voiceovers for the games completely in-house. And this represents the pinnacle of their work. Ooh, gross.
Cool.
The moon's full of blood.
Blood moon. That's what I call a blood moon. Oh, I'm sorry.
This intro is pretty neat. This is Lucia, who's been awakened for reasons you'll find out over the course of a 200-hour video game.
We can't do the whole thing, right? I have things to do today. Like,
Nope, we're doing it all consecutively, no breaks. The
I
world's
would,
first 200-hour stream.
I would like lunch. They're gonna find our bodies playing this, and then the cops will be like, "Oh, I get it. They were streaming the entirety of Lunar 2." So, all right, thank you very much to Fidget for the 11th month resub. Do appreciate that.
Thank you. This was me this morning. Coming out of my crystal
I was gonna say.
to shame the world.
I was gonna say, fucking put some clothing on, Danny.
Yeah. It's streaming, no one's gonna know.
I mean, I guess we could stream in the nude. I'm not.
Itinerant Soldier, yep, this is a Working Designs release, the final one for Sega CD before they moved on to Sega Saturn.
Studio Alex, baby.
This is from many of the same people who made the first game, the Studio Alex subdivision of Game Arts. This game was really heavily anticipated both in the US and Japan, mostly Japan. If you look at many people's top 10 lists for Japanese Sega CD games, like half of them are Game Arts games. And not the ones you would expect either. There's the Lunars, there's Yumimi Mix, the one Mahjong game that they made based on Gambler whoever. That's
Okay.
considered a top 10 game among many people. So really, Game Arts is synonymous with the Mega CD.
If this game sucks, please do not ban me. I was only one member of the studio.
Founding member of Studio Alex.
Yes, wish. Wait, no, I'd probably be out of a job by now. No, I don't wish.
Now, we're not going to see the results of the patch just yet, but just to refresh y'all's memories, we were playing a new version of the unworked patch for this game. A long while back, we played Popful Mail through in its entirety with the unworked patch. What these patches do is they retain the English translation Working Designs did, but they undo all the ridiculous difficulty changes that they made.
Oh, thank God.
In this game's case, they made a lot of enemies way tougher. We're talking like 500% hit point increases, 1000% defense stats.
Why?
Stuff to make the game just as tedious as possible, or to get more bang for your buck, depending on how you look at it. This version also added an infamous change, the US release. The US version, it requires magic points to save. This is the thing you use to level up your magic attacks. It's real important in the early game. And And Working Designs thought, you know what? You get so few magic points, we're just going to eat them up by making you spend them whenever you save. This unworked patch gets rid of that requirement. You can save all you want.
Thank God.
And this particular one is a collaboration between the patch's original creator, Supper, and Misty, who is continuing the work. This particular version fixes up the sync in some cutscenes, and fixes a couple of bugs as well. This might be the longest intro on Sega CD.
I was gonna say, it's wow, it's 2:12, it's been going for a bit.
Yeah, this is 10 minutes.
The entire time just walking around nude, coming out of her chrysalis, being like, sorry for this joke that everyone's making. This is gonna be all of us when we get out of quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like,
We're gonna be like, oh yeah, you need to wear clothes.
I forgot.
Oh yes, there is a butt.
Oh, well, sorry.
This was the first butt I ever saw.
This is not the time for my awakening.
Yeah, it's cold. Put some clothes on.
It's cold.
Something's gone terribly wrong.
Hey, remember that animation? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah,
That is really cool looking, actually.
that was very cool, but very
Oh
nasty.
no, Lunar.
Oh no.
That's my intonation every morning. Oh no. Lunar.
And yeah, plot twist, it's pronounced Lunar, not Lunar.
Boo. I'm always going to pronounce it Lunar. Sorry.
Ludnar. Look,
Boo.
this is natural. She's in her natural state. There is no shame. Dudenar. Nude car. Excellent new titles for this game.
I would like a Lunar just for the fellas.
Did you say something, Ruby?
Well, yeah, Ruby.
Oh, great. Don't tell me you're hearing voices now.
But...
Hurry up and get the dragon's eye. The timer's almost run out on the trap.
Trap? What trap?
So the first game starts you in a peaceful, quiet village where nothing's happening.
Why didn't you tell me about that earlier?
This game starts out a little more
But you've
urgently.
been getting the jewel to listen.
Oh yeah, the jewel. Hold on, I've almost got it.
Yeah, whack it.
Hurry, hero.
There, I got it.
What's that rumbling?
Oh no, the exit's closing.
Let's get
No.
out of here.
It's been,
There he goes.
it's been a while since I've seen Lunar too, and
Oh, hero, don't die on me.
Yep, Working Designs loves their voice filters.
I'm
Gaw,
okay.
Null, the Ruby.
It's just a few bruises.
Okay, that's it. No more exploring for us. I've had it. We always end up getting in some sort of trouble.
Shh, Ruby, listen.
What?
Oh, hey.
oh,
Ruby, let's get out of here. Looks like you've caught us in another messy situation. By the way, if you haven't figured it out, my name is Hero. And the flying cat is named Ruby. She says
good
she's
dodge.
actually a baby red dragon, but I don't know if I quite believe her. She doesn't care though. We've been friends for what seems like forever. My grandfather Gwyn is an archaeologist who taught us how to explore ancient ruins like this.
Hope y'all are writing all this
Well,
down.
Not exactly like this. Grandpa'd have a coronary if he saw me in this kind of danger, but you get the idea.
this is so
I think
wacky.
it's so cool that these dungeons and ruins that time forgot can be found and explored by someone like me.
It's so
This
cool we're
world
gonna
is
die.
full of wonderful legends. The Blue Star, from which our ancestors supposedly came. Tales of dragons and heroic dragon masters.
Okay.
A magic city that flew in the sky. And the goddess of love and beauty, Althena. All those legends and places have to be true.
If I make one mistake here, it's instant
more
death.
with every step I take in
I'm
places
not actually
like
playing
I was
this.
gonna say, I looked over and his hands are not on the
Is the
controller.
result of things that happened long ago. Someday, I'll gather enough information from ruins like these to prove that, and maybe even get to see the goddess Althena.
Hero! Bust a move! I think we lost him! Whoa!
It's not one thing, it's another, eh?
Alex, bust a move! We finished up Sega CD Monday.
I hate those things. I hate inferno ghouls, I hate booby traps, and I despise huge rocks.
So right away you can see one of the major improvements for the unworked patch. They added lowercase letters. The game is no longer screaming at you constantly.
Oh, thank God.
It makes it way more readable. It's actually pretty nice. And I would imagine that would have taken a ton of work, too, to go through this entire script and make sure everything's properly cased.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, I can start playing the game now.
Hey, alright.
And it is a whole lot like the original Lunar, only with a fresh coat of paint. Everything looks more shaded, more detailed. Everything's cooler.
Damn, you've only got $30, it looks like. Or are those magic points?
That is 30 magic points.
Okay, never
and
mind.
normally I would have spent, I think, 15 magic points to save my game right here, so it would have halved it.
Ooh.
And the way that works is... yeah, okay, through the Ruby menu you can choose to upgrade your magic. You have 30 magic experience points, so I can just level that right up.
Nice.
Couldn't have done that if I saved my game in the US version, the default one. Man, having played through the whole game, I can tell you that the pain to save thing, it doesn't matter something like 10 hours into the game. It starts being a pittance. Like, it doesn't even cut into your reserves. But what it does is it makes the first 10 hours just a complete pain in the ass to play.
Boo.
Like, you end up playing twice as long you think you would because you don't want to spend your magic points. Not a great game mechanic.
What's that noise?
Dragon.
Wow, Hero! Get a load of that! It's incredible!
Thanks for the 8 months, Kate Lib C. This is not quite the final game.
But it moves without wind or sails!
This is like one of the last 5.
Yes! You over there! What are you doing in this area?
Who does this Joker think he is? We might ask you the same thing, mister!
I wasn't talking to your cat! I was talking to you, boy!
Hello? Time for your eye exam! I am not a cat!
Knock it off, Ruby. You're gonna get us in trouble.
Don't talk back to the
My
cops.
name is Hero, and this is Ruby. Identify yourself.
We're normal. Ignore us.
Certainly. I am White Knight Leo, leader of Althena's Guard. And this is the dragon ship Destiny. Now then, listen up. You kids need to evacuate this area. A confrontation is about to take place. I don't want to see any civilians accidentally caught in the middle of this thing. Return to your home immediately. Move it!
Nice, congrats on your new Sega Genesis. You won't regret it. It's the best purchase you'll ever make.
Sega Genesis rules. I'm just gonna say it. I have been turned by Danny and Sega CD Monday
Helmsman,
into a Genesis
set a new
stan.
course. Destination, the Blue Spire.
That guy seemed a little full of himself, if you ask me. But he did say he was the leader of Althena's Guard. I wonder if that's the same Althena you told me about. Well, no telling now. He's gone. And good riddance. Anyway, we'd better get back home before Grandpa comes looking for us.
Oh, selling your Sega CDX is also a good move, believe it or not. Mine broke.
Oh man.
So we're introduced to good old General Leo, returning from Final Fantasy VI. He's fine.
Danny.
We're a young boy setting out in this big old world,
Those baby cacti!
in a world full of baby cacti.
It's the tiniest cacti, oh my god. Alright, those sand sharks are adorable.
They look more like dolphins.
Yeah, they do, I want to kiss them.
So this has a very similar battle sequence compared to the original game. You can actually assign different macros, a la Phantasy Star 4, which is a nice little addition.
Cool.
Or you can just hit AI and let the computer take over. Now, if you've ever played a game called Grandia, this has a battle system kind of similar, where you have a limited amount of movement points and attack points. It allows you to move around and also strike multiple times, depending on what you do. And Ruby jumps in when you just have a few hits left on the enemy.
That's different. Null
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah, Null didn't do shit.
Yeah, Null just chilled.
It just gave you the option of him being all like, oh, this looks like a bunch of tough enemies. Good luck.
Oh yeah, today is 420, so, enjoy yourselves responsibly.
It's a day to finish up Sega CD Monday.
Because if we mess up, y'all are gonna be too stoned to care.
I can say whatever I want. Uh-oh. What do you say we use some magic? Let's use that boomerang we just leveled up.
I love this little mouth.
Yeah, the chanting animations are real good. Overall, the battle animations are hugely improved over the first game. A lot more detail in the backgrounds, more frames of animation in general. Oh boy. Do I have herbs? Oh, here we go. Good. Came prepared.
It's 420 after all.
Smoke him if you got him, hero. I love the belly flop attack that these things do.
It's like, bonk.
Like you're out in the desert, you got enough problems as it is. This is my go-to attack for hero. Check this shit out. Whoopah!
Oh man, nice.
Now, like I said, I got this day one back in the day, and I played it every single day until I finished it. The original Lunar, I finished multiple times. That is a game I played through like at least 5 or 6 times. It is so good. Plot twist, I don't actually like this game. I played all the way through this once, and I decided, you know what, that's enough. I did the exact same thing with Ocarina of Time a few years later.
I can't say I disagree, even though I did yell holy fuck when I saw this game as a child.
Here's the big thing, which I'll show you right now. Let's get into a random battle.
Okay.
And in particular, note the load time here. That's not much, that's like 5 seconds, but there's an additional 5 seconds after the battle too. Lunar 1, no load times, none whatsoever, just throws you into every single battle as quickly as possible, and you can very quickly finish off any set of enemies. Not this game, the battles take forever. The load times really, really stack up, especially in the early game. Oh boy. Time to herb it up again. I think that's what really turned me off of this game, just the extremely slow pacing, especially compared to the original game. It was a much simpler game, but also it was one that you can just kind of breeze through without thinking too much. What do I want to do here? Fuck it, I'll finish him off.
Yeah, you were gonna use an herb, but I think you just want to kill him instead.
Yeah. Now that's not to say this is a bad game, and if you can get used to the load times, especially nowadays, you're probably gonna have a good time. This game doesn't really do anything explicitly wrong outside of what Working Designs did to the balance.
How do you like this game compared to the PS1 remake?
I didn't play the PS1 remake because I didn't like the original that much, but I did play the remake of Silver Star, and I didn't get all the way through it because I didn't like it as much as the original.
Hey, same here, and I felt weird about that.
That's right, I'm one of those hated purists. What was your opinion?
I don't know, I didn't like it as much as the original. I didn't know if that was like childhood nostalgia or what, but yeah.
I didn't either, but thinking on it, it was just a combination of nostalgia plus the original game just being a much faster experience.
Yeah, that was the thing. It kind of slogged itself down, didn't it?
Yeah. They added a lot, but it didn't really seem to be anything of consequence. I can't tell you what they did to the difficulty. Maybe they eased up a little bit by that point.
Sky wants to get into the Blue Spire. It's made of magic and all that good shit.
I would like to play all the way through this with new eyes. Like, just knowing everything I know about the Sega CD nowadays. Is this overall a better game than the original? It might be.
Maybe. How do you feel comparing this to, say, Shining Force CD?
Oh, Shining Force CD's good. That's only if you really enjoy combat, though, because that game is nothing but that.
You a big combat stan?
Oh, I'm a combat head.
Alright,
So this guy's trying to pressure Grandpa into telling him where something is.
Is Grandpa giving up the goods?
No.
I saw it was plump full of monsters. Which sounds disgusting.
Hey, Ruby.
Is she flirting?
No, he said, I know a good man when I see one, and she said, I bet you do.
Oh my god, Ruby! Come on! Danny is a combat etchy sen. Exactly.
Yeah, that's me. That's my code name. An arrogant fop.
Why are they all calling this guy gay? He doesn't. I'm not getting those vibes from him. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Lord Leo, not General Leo.
General Stormin' Leo.
So Gramps is an archaeologist, and we've been snooping around, trying to find things. As it turns out, I'm pretty sure it's not a spoiler to say this, but this game takes place quite a few years after the original, something like 1,000 years.
Yeah, they bring that up pretty quickly in the game, if I recall. It's like not that far in.
Yeah. And there's more to link the original games to this one than you would think, but I'll let you play that to find out.
Gee whiz, I sure hope the goddess hasn't returned to Earth early, causing destruction.
Ah, shit.
Oh, I hope it's not a destroyer.
Have you been taken with a fit of insanity?
Gramps, sorry, you gotta do it.
Alright, I guess you're not so crazy after all. And once again, we raid our parents' basement for the items we need.
That's my favorite thing in RPGs, is
Yeah.
going through your parents' shit and stealing it.
Mm-hmm. If it was real life, like, I would just go out wearing, like, a bunch of clothes from the 70s. Like a hippie hat, or some bell-bottoms.
Just, it's like, oh, look, I got a Billy Beer box. Ancient knife.
Some kind of knife.
Lore.
Did that say the Cyan Desert? It sure did. Goku lives there.
Oh, man. Can we meet Goku?
Yeah. He's unlockable. Dragons.
They shapeshift, they can change. Dragons are great. Ancient ruins, they're also great. Oh boy.
Another thing they did with this is there's no Red Book audio in this game. All of this is streamed from the disc. And the result is kind of mixed. It sounds pretty good, the quality's alright, but it's downgraded a little bit. It has a little bit of hissing in some of the tracks, and you can obviously tell they had to downsample it a little bit. Oh, they were talking about Alex there.
Aw.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, I'm right here, man. I'm great.
Remember when you saved the world in the original Lunar?
Oh man, where's Vane now? Well, I guess it's not in the clouds.
Let's equip that knife. That looks pretty good to me.
Fewer attacks, but way stronger.
Let's beat up on those street sharks.
Those street sharks are dead.
Oh, that was another thing I didn't like about the PS1 version. The music was just bad. Yeah, it was MIDI style.
Yeah, Nervous also mentioned that the translation on the PS1 version had way more slurs in it than the Sega CD version, which is weird.
That's a negative.
That's wild.
They got a little bold in the late 90s. It was the time for Ace Ventura and South Park and all
That's
that.
true, that's true.
And Victor Ireland was a big fan of both.
Was he like... He was a big-time basketball stan, as we know.
There's so many Ace Ventura jokes in Albert Odyssey for Saturn. Like, you would not believe it.
Thank you, Razor. Hopefully you can enjoy this final episode of Sega CD Monday.
Yeah. Oh, glad you enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Alright, sharks. There we go.
They're so... Ugh, they got little snoots. I love them. Hey! You gained a level here.
It's so nice to be able to keep my magic points and not have to worry about, oh, should I have enough to save? Now, funnily enough, the creator of the unworked patch, the original version, a guy by the name of Supper, if you go to his website, he actually made a parody version of the original Lunar that adds in a mechanic where you have to pay to save. It was on April Fool's one year. We're all like, yep, here's the working designs, unworked, reworked version of Lunar Silver Star.
Okay, that's really funny.
I bet the AI can handle it from here.
Yeah. Just stab that shark.
Mm-hmm.
It's so tiny. It's a little baby.
It's like Flipper.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Flipper.
Well, rip Flip.
Ripper.
Listen, it's the final episode of Sega CD Monday. You can't expect me to be comprehensible.
Yeah, we used up all our jokes. Sewer shark, more like shit shark.
Mm-hmm, that's good, that's good.
That wasn't even us. Someone else made that joke. Uh-oh. That's fine.
Chat's talking about their least favorite Victor Ireland translations. 81 Ramblers mentioning they're pissed off about the TV cable joke in Alundra during a critical story beat.
Yeah, they tend to not really regard things like drama or intrigue. It's just like wherever we can fit jokes.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it's Bill Clinton, baby.
I think one of the few lines that was actually changed in the unworked patch for this was to remove a Barney reference. Like someone was in front of an altar and he's all like, I already sacrificed 10 Barneys on the altar of rage. Like, Jesus, dude.
That seems like a very insufferable Usenet post.
Yeah.
That sounds like an insufferable Usenet poster's, like, signature line.
Also, this is a world where Barney exists, I guess. We gotta go find him.
This is also a world with Wheaties and Bill Clinton, so...
Mm-hmm. I went the wrong way.
Oh no!
And that's what extra sucks about this game, because if you'll notice, they actually dialed down your movement speed in the overworld, and together with the frequent battles, with the extra long load times, that makes it seem more tedious exploring in this game. Yeah, what if the Barney line's in the original?
You never know, maybe Studio Alex
Studio
was,
Alex just
on
hates the shit out of
Zeitgeist.
Barney. We gotta play through Albert Odyssey next. I think that was the most egregious in terms of bad translations.
Okay, I can't check.
I think at one point, like, one of the main characters is all like, excuse me, I'd like to ask you a question. Why wasn't there an Ace Ventura Sega CD game?
I mean, there was a Ace Ventura point-and-click adventure game, so, you know.
That's true.
They could have done it. They could have done it, Danny.
Let's play that.
Okay. You want to play that next Monday or something?
Yeah, maybe. 2 Cyclopses.
Those are Cyclopses?
Yeah. Well, you'll see when they attack. Yeah, see?
They look like piles of puke.
Well...
Piles of sweating, rolling puke.
Well... It's the world of Lunar.
And in the world of Lunar, we have to avoid piles of gurgling, rotating puke.
Yeah, it's better than what they did to that one character in Vi. I was actually looking up the details of what the unworked translations do, and I forgot all about the thing in Vi, where they made the wind fairy, who transports you through the power of wind, they made it so she farts. And it plays a big fart noise when you get transported.
Krongo, say what you will about me, but I am not a pile of rotating, regurgitating puke. I am just a normal pile of puke. Thank you. Very different.
Actually, maybe my opinion of this game has improved because I'm liking this so far.
Yeah, this is alright.
Maybe it was just an at the time thing. I may have had greater expectations.
Maybe you stand in front of it?
Oh yeah, maybe. Is this even the right thing I'm doing? I don't know. Alright, screw it. Let's go home.
Alright, we did it.
I didn't want to go to the Blue Spire anyway. I'm gonna hang out with the Street Sharks.
Wait, what? What happened? Why can't you go to the Blue Spire?
Oh, I don't know. Is that where I was supposed to go? Who can tell me what to do here? It's been so long. Fine, we'll try it again. Maybe I'll look up the long play really quick.
Well, we got some info here about Vic Ireland. According to Electric Boogaloo Funk, Victor Ireland, when asked about the pay-to-save mechanic, he said, "We wanted to make the player think about where and when to save without making it too burdensome." Fuck off.
Yeah, but I just want to save. Let me save the game.
Do we need both eyeballs here? Folks, do we need more eyeballs? Do we need to go out and... Okay, music. But do we need more eyeballs? Can we solicit eyeballs from chat? Just like, please send us your eyeballs.
Who's got an eyeball?
We need some eyeballs. You know, I don't actually have the Lunar Eternal Blue official strategy guide. I do have the official strategy guide to the first one. Alright, folks are using... we don't have Gwyn with us, no. We do not have Gwyn. We need Gwyn?
Oh no! I was supposed to talk to Grandpa. No! Well, that's Lunar 2, Eternal Blue for Sega CD.
No.
Obviously, we weren't going to get very far to begin with, but I fucked up. We should have taken Grandpa with us. This is a grand adventure. Maybe you'll like it. Don't take the fact that I was disappointed to mean that this is a bad game. This is quality stuff. Hell, it may be easier to appreciate nowadays. I'd like to replay this eventually. I do remember it's a very long quest, and the ending is incredibly unsatisfying, and then it gives you an epilogue, which actually does give you a satisfying ending.
I remember the epilogue being cool.
Yeah, it was neat. So play Lunar Eternal Blue, one of the standouts for Sega CD if you're anyone but me. And check out the patch when it comes out too.
Absolutely. Thank you again, once again to Misty for giving us access to that before...
Yeah, this is cool. If I was to ever play through this again, it would be through with that patch, no doubt. And if you want details on all the different balance changes, working designs made to this and their other games, go to tcrf.net. They have full breakdowns.
Nice.
It is disgusting to see what they did to some of these games.
Alright, Danny, what's next?
So next up, we have a game that was released sometime in 95, I suspect late 95, putting it among the final few releases. This is a game we played before on Mascot Friday. It's Pitfall to Mayan Adventure.
Ooh. Let's load that up here.
Let me actually get my keyboard for this too. I think I made save states.
Hey, Danny. Real quick, where is that game?
Oh, go back a directory. It's in platformers.
Under
Sega CD Monday. Uh-huh.
In Hang Time?
Wait a minute, where is it?
It's not there. It's not in Later. And it's not in here. And here.
Interesting.
It's not in Hang Time either.
Where the hell did it go? Alright, I'm taking over.
Okay, Danny's taking over.
Alex, why don't you discuss Lunar?
Alright, so I love Lunar. It's one of my favorite games. You know, this is just since it's the final episode, I think I have more embarrassing stories to share. So, we had to do a presentation on the Pilgrims.
Uh-huh.
And I brought in the Lunar audio track, the CD itself, the game, to use as background music for my presentation.
That's nerdy.
I'm telling you!
I think you actually told that story before, but it's cool.
Where'd you find that?
It was on a different hard drive.
Okay, you can't blame me for that.
I'm not blaming you.
Okay.
I'm blaming me.
Alright, well, the blame is placed, and the blame is on Victor Ireland, I guess.
I can't believe we just took Grandpa's dagger and then ran out of the house.
You're like, I'm not telling you shit, Gramps.
But I got the other dragon eye!
You're gonna actually need to talk to people.
You can't progress the game.
Cool swamp, Activision.
So circa 94-95, Activision wanted to revive their Pitfall franchise. And this is how they did it. This game came out for approximately 20,000 consoles back in the day.
Sure did.
It was released on Super Nintendo, Genesis, 32X, Sega CD. This is one of the few games to hit the trifecta, released on Genesis and 32X and Sega CD.
Did that end with us being eaten?
Yes.
Epic.
And yeah, that intro is just part of the commercial. And that represents the bulk of material they added to this version.
Alright, we were repeatedly being reminded about the Jaguar version of this game as well.
Of course it's on Jaguar, yep. They brought it to everything they possibly could. And many years later, it even came out on GBA.
This guy is so cool.
Yeah, we're Pitfall Harry Jr. And we came here with our dad, who got snatched.
So is this like in the tradition of like Tiny Toons and such, where there's like, oh look, it's younger versions of the protagonists. You like that, right?
Maybe you want to turn this down. I never thought of it that way, like passing the torch to a new generation. Maybe that was their intent. Regardless, Pitfall Harry Jr. was never seen again.
What happened to Pitfall Harry? Is he still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't talk about his son, though. I think they had a fight.
Okay, now hear me out. I love the idea of Pitfall Harry and Pitfall Harry Jr. fucking having a falling out because of this game.
Over royalties, I bet.
I was gonna say because Dad is still upset at like his son for not rescuing him properly, but...
So this is a video game. Very much in the vein of contemporary side-scrollers like Earthworm Jim. He's very well animated. Here on Sega CD, I'm pretty sure it's just the Genesis version with CD audio and extra load times. You got a bunch of different weapons. You can jump. You can use your belt or whip, something. That's your melee attack. And you throw rocks.
Yeah, the guy from Super Pitfall is, he has been, I want to say excommunicated. What do they call that when you're ostracized from the family? Well, anyways, he's been kicked out. He is not considered real.
He is estranged.
Yeah, estranged. Thank you.
There he goes.
I like that he gives a thumbs up as he dies.
He's cool about it. Now, I played a little bit of this to test it out immediately after playing Earthworm Jim for the stream last week. And boy, let me tell you, this game has input lag out the wazoo. Especially compared to Earthworm Jim, which is actually pretty tight controlling compared to this. This, it takes a good few frames before Pitfall Harry listens to what you want him to do. And that makes the game a little bit more difficult than it would be otherwise. Especially with instant death pits. And warthogs.
Yeah, that warthog is kicking your ass, baby.
Got him.
Nice.
I do like the life meter up there in the upper right. Always telling you that you're in danger of being eaten.
I like that, obviously. That's hilarious to me.
Otherwise, though, I can't say I'm a big fan of this game. The levels are wide open, very maze-like, but in a frustrating way instead of an interesting way. A lot of the whole where the fuck do I go kind of feelings you get with this.
Oh, that's interesting. Electrobilly mentions that the animator who worked on this game was by director Bill Croyer, who also did directed Ferngully The Last Rainforest and did some work for Tron. So this is a real Ferngully feel. So
this does have that real Ferngully feel.
Yeah, that would explain the vor. And
where's Tim Curry though?
Yeah, well, I did see. Did you see that cool skull? That was like that nasty Tim Curry sexy man.
That's true.
What was he? Sexy crude oil?
Yeah.
You know, crude oil's real cheap now.
Yeah, it's all because of him.
Yeah. All the people they watched, all the investors and whatever watched Ferngully, and they're like, I can't purchase this sexual man.
Yeah, Toxic Love, that's the song he's
Toxic
saying.
Love, yes. Just crude oil.
Didn't one of the lyrics actually explicitly say that it made him horny?
Yes,
Pollution?
yes it did. And
Yeah.
that's in the original version of the song. And you can get it on the soundtrack or you can find it on YouTube, and it is a thing, or 2, or 12, or 20. It's a thing for sure.
I saw some video recently about how Robin Williams was really screwed over for Aladdin, just because some Disney executive was pissed off that he was in Ferngully.
Oh my god!
Like, they struck the deal for the genie during the production of Ferngully, and they just kind of thought, oh, well, this is Disney, of course he's going to, like, not do the role for Ferngully. And no, he did it anyway.
Of course he did it. He needs money. And I mean, you know, the only reason they hired him was because it was out of, like... So Michael Eisner had a thing at the time where they would hire people out of, like, rehab or people who hadn't worked for a while and things like that because they realized they can get big-name stars and people rate that way.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
That's good.
yes, that was actually a thing of his. And that was why he got Robin Williams and a few other people and things like that.
Yeah, there was that big thing where Robin Williams didn't want to be a huge part of the advertising for Aladdin. Mm-hmm. And it was because of the Ferngully thing they decided, you know what, fuck it. We got the voice, we're going to do whatever we want. We're Disney.
Okay, hold the phone. Thomas Dolby wrote Toxic Love.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my life now.
It shows you can do anything if you're Thomas Dolby.
Yeah, I heard that Eric, the director and animator, I don't know if this director, I apologize, of Aladdin, Eric Goldberg really pushed for, what's-his-face to get hired. Did it? Okay, I thought it was.
No, it's just an extra load time that you
Cool.
get for playing on Sega CD.
Yeah, I know that there's actually animated test footage where they just took some of Robin Williams' routine and animated the genie as him to try to convince the executives to be like, hey, please let us have this man.
I heard it was designed to convince Robin himself, because once he saw it, he was all like, oh yeah, I'm this genie.
He is, though. He is.
He was good.
Mm-hmm. He also wrote the, Thomas Dolby also wrote the baddie rap. Well, we'll forgive him. I've been on a real Thomas Dolby kick lately. It is terrifying.
Let's see, there was She Blinded Me with Science, and then the sequel, She Blinded Me with Math. She Blinded Me with Calculus. That was a big hit for him.
I remember that one a lot, yeah.
She Blinded Me with English Literature. She pulled out a book and stuck it in my eyes.
She blinded me with SAT prep courses. It's my personal favorite.
She blinded me with the TOS test. That's a joke for all you Texans out there.
She blinded me with science book. Combining. That monkey is really getting to you.
A lot of things are getting to me. The jungle's full of shitty things that don't want to see you succeed.
Thomas Dolby did music for toys? Speaking of Robin Williams, there's a movie I need to rewatch.
Oh yeah. Everyone's favorite, Toys. Who saw Toys? I saw Toys.
I saw Toys in the theater and I
did too.
All I remember is feeling very uncomfortable, and I cannot tell you why I felt so uncomfortable, but something about that movie just made me...
I remember the bad guy wanting to make like a tank video game, and
Yeah.
I thought it looked pretty shitty.
Yeah, I remember the point of the movie being that, like, this arms dealer wanted to make military toys, and this kindly old toy maker was like, no thank you, and then they were making, like, toy drones or whatever.
That's a game we could play. It's by Imagineering.
Oh my god, it is, isn't it?
Where to go? That is the big problem here, Pitfall Larry.
Was the tank video game in Toys an unreleased SNES game? That's interesting. I have no clue.
I believe it. Imagineering did do the Super Battle Tank series, which is... it looks similar to me.
That mosquito is really fucking you up, man.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, over here was a 1-up, so this is probably an alternate path I'm taking. I want to go...
They absolutely should have released the Radio Flyer game. I believe nothing stronger than that. I absolutely want to see the most tone-deaf, just poorly conceived game about, what, child abuse? I don't care.
That's like the ultimate version of people buying licenses for kids' movies and not giving a fuck about what they are. Just like, yeah, it's a license. You can make a video game out of it.
Yeah,
Out of fucking Radio Flyer. They're actual screenshots of it.
Yeah, I'm seeing that it was apparently supposed to be like like Pilot Wings, but you're in a little red wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't think about why they're in that wagon. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's normal.
It's good.
They're
It's probably just
kids.
some kind of adventure.
They're normal kids on a regular adventure. They're not escaping anything. They're not using the power of imagination for extremely depressing shit.
That just shows you how different things were in the 90s. The license always came first. Fuck the gameplay. Gameplay does not exist as far as they're concerned.
Uzi, you gotta look up the plot of Radio Flyer. Absolutely.
Just look it up so you can be like, I can't believe someone wanted to make a video game out of this. Boy, Pitfall area is so slippery.
It is.
He's slippery and laggy, which is a very bad combination.
So I'm just looking at that background and I'm like, rip bitrate.
Oh yeah. The great part about the 32X version is, I think the sprites animate at 60 frames per second and the backgrounds animate at 30, so it's actually nauseating. Luckily, we're not playing that version.
I want to say the stretchy thing is a rope, but it really does look like a tongue that you're bouncing on. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, it's probably just some tongue.
Ugh.
Whoa!
You know, I understand why there wasn't a Seinfeld game. I don't think that appealed to children as much as Home Improvement did, and I hate to say Home Improvement. I mean, that was a show families watched.
Yeah, it made sense on some level.
You didn't watch Seinfeld with your family for the most part. I mean, maybe you did. I mean, we did, but,
I only watched Seinfeld when it was in syndication.
Ah.
They had the best block of programming in San Antonio. It was like 10 p.m. at night, every night, one channel would show an episode of The Simpsons and then an episode of Seinfeld.
Oh wow!
And that was my must-see TV.
That's decent. That's decent.
Ugh.
Do Mary-Kate and Ashley games count as Full House games? No. Absolutely not.
Almost, but yeah, they're their own brand.
That is the Dual Star brand of whatchamacallit, and Full House was like its entirely different entity.
Yeah. Hey, I did it.
I'm talking about brands like it's important or some shit.
Brands rule everything around me. They are
Bream.
important. Yeah, Bream. There should have been more Full House games, though.
What's funny is the station that syndicated Simpsons in our area was Fox. So it was just, you would watch The Simpsons on Sundays, and then during the week you just watch more.
Cool.
Because why not?
I'm alright with that. I'm not using any of the weapons. I should change that.
Was there a Full House Tiger handheld?
There was, and that was the only Full House game there ever was. It was a freaking Tiger handheld.
See, I could see that, but I just don't understand what sort of wild and wacky adventures you could have in the world of Full House. And yet, I've even played the Home Improvement game, so I understand.
In the Tiger handheld game, you're one of the girls, and you run around giving people high fives. That's the gameplay.
Okay, that could be a regular platformer.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Maybe in the Full House game you can play as like Uncle Jesse, like sneaking around with Mike Love and the Beach Boys or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Recording a shitty album.
Recording completely unlistenable music. Beach Boys actually did make a record where Uncle Jesse did one of the songs.
Yes, actually.
It's the worst thing.
Yeah, there's a Todd in the Shadows episode about it. It actually goes a little bit into I was talking to Mike Yama about this a little bit the other day, like a few weeks ago. But no, the Todd in the Shadows episode goes into how Mike Love was really like, oh yeah, I love environmental, handism? I love the environment. Don't worry about it, which ties into, of course, the Camp California, like, hey guys, recycle. Bye.
Yeah, if you thought we were too nice on Mike Love in our Camp California episode, watch the Todd in the Shadows episode about the the Forbidden Beach Boys album.
He hates it so much.
He goes all in.
He hates Mike Love so much, it is a delight.
I was glad someone said it, because it needed to be said.
Mike Love is... Sorry if Mike Love's listening to this, but I'm not a fan. Unless you want to give me rare production material for Camp California, in which case I am a fan.
Oh, after all this, he's watched every episode of Sega CD Monday, and this is how we treat him?
Mike Love, if you're watching this, you should at least be subscribed. Everyone else, I will never pressure people or shame them for not subscribing. That's a dick move. But if you're Mike Love, I will shame you for not subscribing to us. That is the only person I will shame.
I haven't talked much about the game. It's because I don't like it. It's fine. It is an adequate platformer, but it focuses more on visual quality and animation than actual gameplay, which is why it's not really regarded as a classic nowadays.
Oh, nervous. People are adding Mike Love, telling him to join the Discord. in the chat, not add him. Thank you. I don't want the actual Mike Love to know my existence, because I don't want him to find out about the Camp California episode.
I think we were pretty nice to him.
You know what? We actually were. I was very nice, considering my actual feelings for him.
Yeah, it was more like he was outside the scope of the episode. It wasn't about him. Then again, looking at the evidence, the only reason Camp California existed is probably because of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it is pretty funny that he started this whole, celebs do charity work to get kids into volunteering, and it features his Byron the Bear persona prominently, which is so delightful.
Hey, kids, get to work. Because I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that was the thing about those things that were like, hey, we're celebs and we're getting all the kids into volunteering, is that it's like, okay, now what? Are you going to help? No.
No.
Kid and Play is just here to tell you to pick up trash.
We're going to do a special concert. Good thing they don't do that anymore.
You know what? That is true. As much as I am mad and furious and enraged by Mike Love, he did Butterfly Effect lead to Rat Nagel, which is one of the greatest things I've seen in my life.
There is that, yeah.
You know what, Tepid Snake? If you want to spoil the ending to this game, absolutely. I don't know how far we're gonna get.
I'm gonna finish this game, so you're gonna see that ending in a little bit. We'll talk about it.
Okay, never mind. Listen to Danny instead.
That is if I have the save state still here. I would not recommend playing through this game, unless you're a Pitfall diehard, which I'm pretty sure don't exist. Is anyone a Pitfall diehard? Did you go all in on that Wii remake?
I would say I'm a Pitfall diehard, but that is not even a joke truth. You know, I would like to get Brian Wilson to perform. I don't want the new Beach Boys, but I'd love to get Brian Wilson on the show.
Yeah, we'd be nicer to you than Mike Love, Brian.
Oh yeah, well, Brian hates...
We're not monsters.
I was gonna say, Brian hates Mike Love, so there you go.
They're on something like their 10th lawsuit.
I love the way you just keep getting this run over. It's just like, how
he has a good smacking into things and falling over backwards animation, so you see it a lot. Alright, last life. Let's see if we can do this.
What video game would I like to play with Brian Wilson? I kind of want to play Camp California, but I have a feeling it would piss him off too much.
Yeah, he might not even be aware the game exists, and it would just make him mad.
They're like, oh wow, great way to... I see I've been exploited yet again.
Oh, nice, you made me into an asshole bird or something. Oh, Pitfall. Let's see what kind of save states I have.
Yeah, and chat froze on screen because our ISP is something happened halfway through last year. Our ISP just kind of pooped itself and has not been updating the chat.
Yeah, we fixed the frame drops, and that's the important part. Where should we go? Let's go to the rainforest. Let's save the rainforest.
Is Atlantis no Nazo canon in the Pitfall lore? Yes, it is to me.
It almost was. Almost. It's Super Pitfall 2. Never got released, though.
You know, I bet Brian Wilson would like Custom Robo.
I bet he would.
I want to play weird art games with him. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Some really weird, Shit that's only got like 1 or 2 downloads on itch.io. Just the absolute most bizarre stuff I can find. I want to play weird Flash games, anything experimental. Games where it's just like a single pixel and then like someone starts screaming out a manifesto. That's the shit. That's the shit I want to show Brian. I want to...
Pixel Screamo is my preferred genre.
That's gotta exist, right? Right? Like...
Yeah, this
Playing
game...
some Nanaka Crash with Brian Wilson? Yeah, see?
Oh, man. That's
See?
a game anyone can appreciate.
I just want to get Brian Wilson into art games. Is that too much to ask?
Then again, that could be the game that gets him into anime instead.
Oh no!
That would be the bad ending.
No way! No way! No way! No way! I am living for Otaku Brian Wilson. He is going to listen to this episode and disavow us, of course. But that is all I want in my life. You know, I think that Brian Wilson would like Animal Crossing, but I really think he would like anime the most. Oh my god. Just, who gets to be the person who exposes Brian Wilson to Akira? Oh man.
Should take him like a chronological journey through anime.
Oh man, we have to start off with like Astro Boy and shit.
Now, Brian, I know you had a hard life, so I want to show you the feel-good anime of the century, Grave of the Fireflies.
I was gonna say, she didn't know Joe.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, but I think that he would like Robot Carnival is the thing.
Robot Carnival's cool.
You know, I've never seen it.
It's great.
It's available for free on fucking Retro Crush, and I still haven't seen it.
And the best part is, if you don't like it, just wait 15 minutes and it turns into a completely different movie. Because it's like a compilation a la Heavy Metal.
Or the Animatrix.
You with the more contemporary references, I guess.
Well, yes, because everybody remembers, discusses, and understands the fucking Animatrix. Is the Animatrix fandom dying? Is that still something people know about?
People in chat, are there more of you? I grab that fine.
You grab that vine.
Are there more people who are into Heavy Metal, the movie, or the Animatrix?
The thing is, I think Brian Wilson would understand Heavy Metal, the movie, more than the Animatrix, just because that's more from this time period. But...
yeah. See Heavy Metal if you haven't.
Yeah.
Hell, see the Animatrix too.
You know, I haven't seen the Animatrix in years.
I've never seen it.
I mean, it's anime.
That's cool.
And I respect the Wachowski sisters for being able to get, like, their fan anime, like, movies made, basically. God, that's the fucking dream, isn't it? Make a blockbuster movie with, like, your teenhood script, and then everybody makes anime off of it.
Living the dream. I got a script for Pitfall Harry Jr. And Activision ripped me off. I was like, what if he went back to the jungle?
And they're like, that sounds great. We are going to purchase this and turn it into a movie. And then... Alright, everyone's talking about hentai. My god.
My glove is twisted.
I know it's 420, but please.
Check out this classic action. He's jumping across alligator heads.
Good eating.
Just like the original.
No, we don't need to hear about Mike Love's hentai preferences. We are moving on. We are moving the fuck on to Camp California. Yes, wow, Camp California. I actually, you know what's funny? The original Camp California was probably going to be an anime. They were working with a Japanese production team, so... In fact, the company behind a lot of the Camp California TV show was, got a Japanese media conglomerate.
Let's play the last level. We're skipping ahead.
Alright, how does this end, Danny?
You're gonna find out.
Does Pitfall Harry, die?
That would be a pretty bold way to end the game. Series is over.
Pitfall Harry is dead.
There will be no Pitfall people.
There will be no funeral.
I pushed the wrong button.
That's cool.
Last episode of the show, and I'm still pushing the wrong buttons.
Listen. You've done... How many hours of Sega CD have we played? Too many?
Too many.
Too fucking many. So, it's okay.
This is it, the last level.
That guy was licking you.
Yeah, they're bouncy tongues.
I like the skeletons.
I will say, character design and animation is this game's strong point, for sure. Not so much gameplay. I want to see them do this exact same thing, only like now. I want Activision to do this again. Make the Mayan Adventure in 3D.
Well, you sank to death.
Yeah.
I don't know. What game do people even make anymore? Other than Animal Crossing, that's been the only game I've been playing, aside from Second Life.
Make Call of Duty the mascot platformer.
Yes! Oh my god! Make an adorable soldier man who does crime, and make him jump over, like, I don't know, guns.
Uh-oh, I did another war crime. Ain't I a stinker?
Goodbye! Has there been a 2D Call of Duty? That is a good question. It seems like something like that would have come out on, like...
There's some on GBA, I think.
Yeah, on GBA back in the day.
Ugh.
I agree, there should be a Halo platformer.
Master Chief, but a mascot star. Just imagine it.
Master Chief, but... He has a sidekick.
Uh-huh.
The sidekick is a sassy rabbit who's always calling him names.
That sounds good.
This is a late 90s platformer, and it is insufferable. Hey, this seems impossible and unfun.
It is. It's both of those things. Especially with the controls. I gotta do it, though. We gotta finish off the Mayan Adventure. Let's finish it off, too.
It's like it sounds like you combine putting it off and finishing.
Yeah. Pinochet's Pitfall, the Mayan
No.
Adventure. Did I go all the way backwards? Fuck
Goodbye.
Let's load again.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure I got a save at the last boss, but let's go ahead and just see what that's like. The warrior spirit.
Ah, this will be tasteful.
The man who kidnapped our dad.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have kidnapped Dad if we weren't, like, you know, running around in this guy's ruins. Okay, I love this Ernest Evans-ass boss.
Yeah. You throw rocks at him, like every other boss. Oh god. I don't stand a chance.
How are you supposed to beat this guy?
You smack him in the head like a million times.
Okay. This seems impossible. He's at 53%?
Mm-hmm. And I've got one more hit till I'm dead.
Oh, okay, well...
2 more hits.
2 more hits.
Up.
No?
The croc is getting ready to eat me. Oh, now we're in trouble. He's got a shotgun, I guess.
There's a heart behind me if you can get there, but that looks impossible.
Bonk.
I like how he just bonks you at the end. It's like, boop.
I did make a state where he was about to be beaten, I think. Let's see. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No, that's at the start of the fight. Is it this one? That's the one.
Alright, Danny, whip his ass.
Let's beat Pitfall the Mayan Adventure. There you go. It's over.
Alright, we did it. Danny beat a game. Hey, congratulations, Danny.
Now we never have to play this ever again.
Hooray.
Dad. There he is.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. That's alright. And we didn't collect all the letters in Pitfall, so we don't get... I don't know what we don't get, but we didn't get it.
So, everyone's like, take the L, Danny.
Yeah. At the end, it's just like, here's an L. maybe you should take it. Now this I don't like, the extremely gangly Pitfall Harry sprite there.
I disagree. He looks disgusting, and his son is way bigger than him, and that is... Pitfall Harry's massive, large son. I love him.
You know that Junji Ito comic about the hole being made for you?
Yeah. Let's see. Slender Harry, he's being... Oh, God. This looks like quality. It's... I don't know about this. I don't know about this spindly little man.
My huge adult son, yeah.
Look at his huge adult
So
son.
proud of him. He's all rounded out. Got some meat on his bones.
That's awful. My gigantic baby boy who I am afraid of. Yeah, he's huge.
Ugh, I get more disgusted the more I think about Pitfall Harry's physiology.
What? Because what? He's tiny? He's like, he can slip through like a sewer grate?
Yeah, he's paper thin.
He can go down the drain? If, like, he's always at risk if he ever takes a bath because, you know, right down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Just terrifying.
It's a good approximation of a toilet sound.
I mean, that's the sound of things draining. You can trust me on this.
Quality assurance. This game sure is quality. It's not bad. It is the definition of a 6.5 out of 10.
Alright, 6 different people, I counted, have asked you and given you the code to do on the title screen.
Okay, I actually did have a save state ready for that code. Let's go ahead and see what that's all about.
Literally, everyone is tagging each other, demanding you do this. They are rioting.
So on the title screen, if you push down the A button 26 times, not 2,600 times, and then down again, first of all, that spells Dad with a million A's.
Oh, it sure does.
And that lets you play Dad's game, which is this.
Hey, it's Pitfall.
Mm-hmm. It's Pitfall on the Sega CD.
I gotta say, it looks good.
Yeah. This is not a direct port, however. Notice how the Vine animation is way, way worse than it was on the 2600, believe it or not.
Yeah!
It was a nice, smooth animation on 2600, but here they had to cut it down. Stupid Sega CD.
I think you can stand on their heads even when they're... Never mind.
If you're good, you can stand on their heads. I'm not good. I wasn't born 50 years ago.
Well, maybe you should have been. Let's get a time machine and sit you down in the 80s so we can get good at Pitfall for the stream.
Okay, I'm gonna get that perfect score.
Mm-hmm.
Except I can't. To get the perfect score, you have to head left at the beginning. It's just a newbie's playthrough. So if you're not aware, the original Pitfall was a side-scrolling platformer. It gave you a time limit instead of a specific ending, meaning that with the maximum amount of time you have, you can collect a certain amount of treasures, and that is considered the perfect game.
Well, you've got 18 minutes to beat this. Good luck.
Okay. I won't survive those 18 minutes.
I'm sure you'll do fine. Got Crockheads, your favorite.
Mm-hmm. What if Pitfall crossed over with Croc?
And, like, Croc had to kill Pitfall Harry? I like that. Finally, some edge on the Croc character so he can be modernized.
My dream game pitch is Croc for grown-ups.
Okay, so this is just like Gex then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's a crocodile.
Okay, I like Crocodile Gex, where he's just like, I'm gonna kill Pitfall Harry. LOL.
Alright, this doesn't have anything to do with anything, but sometimes I let YouTube run in the background, and I end up picking up completely random things in the few seconds I pay attention. And last night it was running through Defunct Land, and I heard the story about Maniac, the killer alligator, or crocodile rather.
Yes, I love that guy!
He is a crocodile that had to be sequestered in his own pen because he would literally kill and eat every other crocodile he was in contact with.
Yes, yes!
He was part of a beloved Australian theme park before they closed down.
Yeah, Wonderland. Yeah. Australia's Wonderland. I think it was a spin-off of Canada's Wonderland, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with crocodiles.
No! Crocodiles love to eat.
They have no allegiance even to each other.
Mm-mm.
They can't be reasoned with.
I don't know, I'm just thinking about theme parks with killer crocodiles. Like,
there should be more of them.
Well, there is a Disney World.
There is?
Yeah!
Cool.
That kid got eaten by a crocodile at Disney World,
Wow.
like 5 years ago. And then someone made a tweet about it, and then people remember the tweet more than the kid who got eaten. So there you go.
That's history for you.
Yeah, history will be written by the people making fun of the tweets about the crocodiles eating children. But no, yeah, there was because Disney World is built on a swamp. There are crocodiles and. Oh, sorry, it was a gator. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, it was a gator. I was
not
right
a
to begin
crocodile.
with.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a gator. It wasn't a crocodile who ate that child. It was a gator.
That's Pitfall: The Mayan Adventure, available on Sega CD and every other platform you could possibly think of. Mm-hmm. Is this the definitive port? Probably not, but it's not the worst. The worst one is probably the 32X version. Play it if you feel like it. That's a thing you can do.
And if you don't, hey, we're not gonna force you to do anything.
If you don't want to play it, join the club. Finally, the very last North American Sega CD game was released in November of 1995. Right before the end of the year, Sega pulled support, and one last game managed to squeak out onto retail shelves. And that is a port of the Sega Genesis game Demolition Man.
Oh boy.
Let's play it.
I'm excited. Hold on 1 second here. Here we go. Folks, this is it.
This is it. This is the last one. We worked our way here.
This one?
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah, it's that one. Demolition Man for Sega CD. Dear God.
We're here. It's over.
This is it. We did it.
I don't want it to be over, though. I want more game.
Unless a meteor strikes this house in the next 10 seconds, I will have played every Sega CD game on stream. Yeah, we're good.
8,
I
9,
don't see any
10.
meteors.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
This game was released for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and then something like a year later, it just released with zero fanfare on Sega CD. That means no one played it, no one has seen it, and if my suspicions are right, no one ripped it correctly.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ! Now we're being shot to death.
That was...
We have plans for Smoke and Mirrors. You'll
We
see.
have some plans for that, yeah. We'll get into it later.
21st century's most dangerous cop, the 21st century's most ruthless criminal.
I like how he's ruthless, but he's not the most dangerous.
Yeah. Who will win in this battle over the Diablo font?
Alright.
Difficulty crazed. Total demolition. I'm calm. That's who I am here at the end of Sega CD Monday. I'm just calm.
You are very calm.
Calm yourself, Alex.
God.
Be well, chat. Alright, everyone has seen this fucking movie. It's pretty good.
You know what's funny? I actually didn't realize this until I saw a quote about it, but Demolition Man, was like a normal-ass action movie until, they gave it to some people to punch it up, and,
Boy, did they ever.
yeah, what happened was, Universal City Walk had just opened, and the punch-up guys, I forget who they were, I completely apologize. They were like, hey, what if all of LA is like this weird, super clean, constructed, like, fake mall? And then they're like, hey!
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think it works really well.
This is it. We're playing the last video game.
No
The
more
last
games
one they
after
ever
this.
released.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, this version is enhanced with scenes from the movie,
Yes.
rendered in 64 colors.
You don't need any more colors than that.
It starts in 1996, where the city's on fire, and you're a cop about to do cop things. Word has it that a Wesley Snipes is on the loose.
Oh man. Watch out.
there to catch one.
It begins with bungee jumping.
I just realized that! That is bungee jumping!
Hands up!
Yeah, there he goes. He's bungeeing. Yeah, you're gonna want to turn that down a little.
Okay, that should be better. There you go.
So weirdly enough, listen to the background music. That's chip music. That's not Red Book audio. That's not how you do things on these Sega CD ports. Apparently the original soundtrack was so good they didn't bother replacing it, though there are a few levels that use Red Book. And this is where the problems come in. Let me try to explain this. I've played the actual cartridge version of this, and what the game does is it plays these background sound effects whenever an item spawns in or is dropped by an enemy. It's very subtle in the cartridge version. You only hear it. I think it only uses one of the sound channels, so it's obvious but not like piercing. Here it's very much piercing, and it sounds completely wrong. It sounds like that.
Yeah.
It's very quiet in the cartridge version. I've confirmed this. And the thing is, I don't know why this is the case. I've tested out multiple ISOs, I've tested out multiple emulators, it does the same thing every time. I would test it out on original hardware if I had one that was working, but we don't. So my suspicion is it's one of two things. Either it's not emulated correctly, or it wasn't ripped correctly. And the fact the music cuts out every so often implies that it wasn't ripped right. It could be either one of those things, or it could be the game is actually like this.
True.
The last time I thought I found one of those ripping errors, I bought a copy of Ultraverse Prime, only to find out that was actually a mastering error in the original game. It's a combination of no one playing this, maybe no one testing it. Who even knows what caused this issue? But despite that, the game is still playable, so I'm gonna try and play it.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But sorry, so in other words, sorry about the weird random bleeps.
Yeah. Yeah, this game's gonna be a little quiet just because the bleeps seem way, way worse than,
And they go on. I really don't know if this is on the original disc. The problem is the game, people realized recently it was the last Sega CD release, and prices have gone up, and copies are now currently $90. So if you want to invest in terms of video game preservation, you could get a copy of Demolition Man for Sega CD.
I want hot dog.
I fell off the bungee cord. And you can do that early and actually grab onto the ladder and get a few extra goodies.
Oh, nice.
This game, believe it or not, bleeping aside, it's not so bad. I kind of like this. It kind of reminds me of Terminator for Sega CD, which is not a bad thing. Sorry to subject you to this, Alex.
I'm gonna give myself a treat on this final Sega CD Monday, and I've taken off my headphones because this soundscape is making me lose my mind.
Good choice.
It makes it the blips make it more diegetic. I wish I knew what that meant.
Yeah, it's more convincing to real life. That's what that means. So right down here, Simon Phoenix is there with his C4. And if you go down there and don't do anything, you die instantly.
Cool.
What you gotta do is just jump right after him, and that's it. That's the end of level 1.
Cool. Yeah, it's true. I've been to LA, and LA is just very much like beep, 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 beep. This is, yes, you're right.
This game is the end game of the Sega CD. Now, kind of unusual, they actually have the original sound from the movie, which is not something they did for any other Sega CD game with footage from films. They would replace the audio for whatever reason. But this one, Stallone was all in on the video game adaptations, and even filmed original video for the 3DO version, which is the only version anyone remembers.
You've been sentenced to 70 years, sub-zero rehabilitation in the California Cryo Penitentiary for the involuntary manslaughter of 30 innocent civilians. You will be placed in cryostasis for the duration of your sentence, during which your behavior will be altered through synaptic suggestion. You'll be eligible for parole No earlier than the year 2046.
Ah, this is the dream right here. Just wake me up when all this shit's
You
over.
mean freeze me in goo? You want to be frozen in goo?
Yeah.
You want to be frozen in goo and have your brain altered so you're really into knitting?
Mm-hmm. That's right, they did do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that actually sounds like a useful skill, though.
Yeah.
Except instead of knitting, it should be like, how to use Blender for me.
I want to learn how to be extra good at video games.
Yeah, make us gamers.
Make me really good at Fortnite. And then I wake up and, like, Fortnite hasn't been a thing in 10 years, and I'm like, no, there was time! There was time!
Alright, Nervous calling this Nude Dude Monday.
Yeah.
Emergency code
A lot of nudity in the last episode of Sega CD Monday.
187. Locating stopped code. Murder, death, killed. Murder, death, killed.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the movie, it takes place in a dystopian utopia where
Simon Phoenix.
there hasn't been any murders in years.
And no one is equipped to deal with a murderer.
How was the fiendish Simon Phoenix?
And Sandra Bullock was there.
Yeah, and Sandra Bullock was a weeaboo for the 90s, is all I can say.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny.
They called him the Demolition Man.
John Spartan, 5864. Pulmonary activity approaching.
Oh yeah, and Rob Schneider too, I forget.
Oh, why'd they have to unfreeze him?
I mean, his entire role is to get, like, owned, so...
Conditions
Yeah.
of your parole are full reinstatement into the SAPD and immediate assignment to the apprehension of Simon Phoenix. Or you can go back into cryostasis. Our computer has already examined every feasible scenario resulting from the appearance of Simon Phoenix.
So yeah,
They're just kind of skipping through the movie here.
they really are. They're not mentioning it, but the what's-his-face, Wesley Snipes has been biohacked to be really good at hacking.
And he wears suspenders.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking... He looks like a dope, sorry.
Oh, they used the Diablo font in the movie, too. Okay, that's accurate. So for whatever reason, this future society has a museum full of loaded live weapons, which of course Simon Phoenix manages to find.
I do like the self-affirmation messages that are everywhere and
Yeah.
they're also meaningless. Now that is realistic. That is... Get on Twitter and everybody's like, you are normal. You are normal. And I'm like, okay.
You matter no matter how many MDKs you did.
MDK.
That looks like there's a whole bunch of MDKs at the weapons museum.
Well, maybe you should stop,
MDK.
you know, murdering.
Yeah, you are valid, is what it would say. And then it turns into a completely different video game. How's our volume?
I think it's fine.
Okay. So here it turns into something more like True Lies for Super Nintendo or Genesis. And honestly, this mode's pretty fun. Mostly because you can shoot anything. There's a lot of stuff that blows up real nicely. Or at least it did in the console version. I don't know if it does here.
It'd be funny if, like, to get the CD quality audio, they had to, like, get rid of all the explosions.
You know, I think that's what they did, because I'm not seeing it. How about you turn things down on our end?
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, thank you. So you gotta rescue dudes in this area, and when you rescue enough, the door opens up and you can go somewhere else.
You know, this looks like there'd be an Uncle Furries here, but unfortunately...
There's some background destruction, but not nearly as much as when I played the cartridge version. Yeah, like this should shatter right here. God damn it.
Yeah, look at this frame rate too, it's really slugging around.
Oh,
slugging
yeah.
Through it. Yeah, Uncle Furries did get turned into Taco Bell, that's right.
Yeah, it was all after the franchise wars.
Oh man, I wonder if that really fancy Taco Bell that doesn't actually... Okay, so in Austin, there's a Taco Bell Cantina, which is like a fancy Taco Bell, that, and its gimmick was that they served alcohol. They haven't served alcohol in a while, and they just serve normal Taco Bell food, but it's in a nice building. Oh, it's the Hall of Violence, and I wonder if that's still around.
The Hall of Violence?
Yes, I want to go to the Hall of Violence, I've decided. The Hall of Violence at the Lyndon B. Johnson Museum.
Oh, here we go. Here's some destruction.
Demolition Man, according to Revenant, takes place in a dystopian future where Uncle Furry's got tanked by Bain Capital. Oh, man.
First Toys R Us, now Uncle Furry's. God damn them. This game feels very messy, very slapped together. But it doesn't feel bad. It feels like whoever made it was kind of having a fun time, which is good.
That's true. You should have fun.
But unfortunately, from what I saw of this game's release data, it doesn't look good. Because the movie came out in '93. Most of the game versions came out in '94, like a full year after the movie. And this one came out at the end of '95. Like, way after it hit home video, way after it was shown on USA Network. They missed it. They missed all the windows.
Okay, so Smebbles has been threatening me. Saying they're going to keep bringing up Dennis Leary until I talk about his scene and the rat burger.
Yep, he eats rat burgers.
Here's my complaint about the rat burger concept. There is nowhere near enough meat on a rat to get you a consistent bait, unless these are huge, huge rats. You have to breed them real big
They
to
might
get
be.
enough meat to make a burger.
You don't know that they're not.
That's true, that's true. I was like, this should be, if it's anything, it should be raccoon or possum. I mean, my grandma...
You gonna throw your raccoon friends under the bus for this?
Listen, I'm throwing my possum friends under the bus for this, too. I'm throwing everyone under the bus. All I'm saying is my grandma, back in the day, and my great-grandma, they weren't rich. They used to eat possum. Apparently it's very greasy.
Yeah.
But it's a much more consistent meal than, say, a rat, which seems too small, too many bones to deal with.
Maybe it's like a bunch of rats. Like a Rat King burger.
Again, I mean... It should be guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are meatier. They're easier to
Can't
deal
eat guinea
with.
pigs.
Yes,
What kind of
you
a
can.
monster would you be?
Danny, they eat guinea pig in a lot of places around the world.
Oh my god.
And the thing is, if you look at the way that guinea pigs are kept in places where they're eaten, they have way nicer facilities. They're in these huge, beautiful areas in Peru where they eat guinea pigs. They're in these huge areas with all this food. And if you see the way guinea pigs are treated in like here where we don't eat them, they're in this baby cage where they can barely move around. So it's just like, you know.
Damn, I want to be a guinea pig.
Honestly, guinea pigs in Peru where they're eaten, like, guinea pig farms are nice. No, I'm serious. Make me a guinea pig.
So here we have the rarest of things in a licensed game, a scene that actually emulates a scene from the movie. This is the part where they have a showdown in the Museum of Violence, and it actually plays out a lot like in the actual movie. So props to them.
I'm being accused of popping guinea pigs like pizza rolls, but it's like rabbit. It's like rabbit. It's
Complete
like
rabbits.
rabbit. You know, it's like, you know, you can eat that too. I'm sorry for talking about all the animals you can eat. That's probably not what people watch our show for.
We're informative.
I guess.
We're an edutainment show. Oh yeah, that's a big ass explosion.
Yeah, capybaras are like huge guinea pigs.
Don't eat capybaras.
I'm not saying we're gonna eat capybaras, Danny. I'm just saying we're talking about which animals we'd like to be, and some folks would like to be capybara, and now I'm just hungry. Oh yeah, we've got leftover pozole for lunch. It's nice.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, they only eat Taco Bell in this movie, aside from the rats.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any a special rat Taco Bell.
And we're back to side scrolling.
Okay, so you're at the underground now.
I think so. We better link up with Dennis Leary.
Oh man, is he gonna be in this game?
He's gonna give us a rat burger and deliver his excellent comedy routine.
He's like, I love when we aren't politically correct and we can eat rats.
Finally, the final taboo has been broken. Hey, Alex's Auto Parts!
Oh, I did not know this. In the international cut of the movie, Taco Bell is replaced with Pizza Hut. That is very interesting.
Probably some licensing deal behind that.
I mean, Taco Bell and Pizza Hut run by the same company, PepsiCo, Corp, Yum Brands, or whatever.
Oh yeah, Yum Brands. Shit. I fell to my death in front of Alex's auto parts.
I'll take your corpse in, don't worry.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Taco Bell didn't actually exist really outside of the US at that time, so it would make which one would be, you know.
Man, people around the world got Pizza Hut, but not Taco Bell? That sucks.
I think, well, in the night, oh, that was the Enchilada Gordita era with the... No, this was pre-Dog. This was pre-Dog, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This
Taco Bell Dog didn't exist at this point.
Yeah,
It
this
hadn't
was
been born yet.
pre-Revolutionary Dog.
Can I jump up here? No, I can't.
Chat talking about all the places they live where there is no Taco Bell.
That's a shame. That's a damn shame.
I think God, I'm not trying to praise brands, but I do... I will eat Taco Bell once in a while because they do have gluten-free food, and I mean it's Taco Bell, but
Is Los Angeles this full of bottomless pits?
yes, actually, it's kind of a big issue in the 90s. We were all just falling in pits because of all the earthquakes.
Oh, okay.
Are we going to stream the 3DO version of this? Man, I'm tempted.
I think we did once, but that was a long time ago. We should probably stream it again.
Yeah.
That game is real hard.
Listen, don't call me a brand praiser. I'm trying to keep my... I'm not Gen X, but I have that Gen X appeal here, where I am a truth teller saying the brands suck. Hey, it's Papa.
You're sounding a lot like Dennis Leary right now.
Listen!
I'm a Gen X truth teller and I eat rat burgers.
I would try a rat burger. I'm not gonna lie. It depends on how the rats were kept, though. If this was like...
Yeah, fair.
If this was like a guinea pig situation where the rats just had like a huge room bigger than my apartment to hang out in, then yes, I would absolutely eat a rat burger. But if this was like some random ass rat you got off the street, I'd be like, no thank you.
Yeah, you don't know what that rat's eating.
Mm-hmm. The rat's probably eating like Taco Bell. Yeah.
Oh, you're making me think about the greasy crust of Pizza Hut.
And that's making you want Pizza Hut, right?
A little bit. I did like their stuffed crust pizza.
I do like...
Back in the day.
I like... Is it applicable to call Pizza Hut janky? Does that work? Is that how... I don't know that. I
only eat jank food and play janky video games.
That's true. What would you say is the jankiest pizza place?
Papa John's because of the owner.
And is he even around anymore? They went on that apology tour. He said that we would feel his wrath, and I think we're all feeling it right now.
Jankies. The pizza chain.
Okay, CC's. Yes, CC's is absolutely the jank chain of pizza.
Simon says you lose.
Ah, damn.
I think I had save states for this one.
I guess Little Caesars is also a bit janky.
A bit janky. Okay, I enabled the level select code, so we're going to see a little bit more of this game.
I would say that CC's is just pure kusoge.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've been to CC's?
Years and years ago, and they played Tom Sawyer by Rush while we were there. It was the perfect CC's experience.
That is so CC's. Oh my god. Okay, so
I'm like eating the worst pizza I've ever eaten in my life, and all I hear is.
Oh, CC's is such shit. I love it. I don't think I've ever been to CC's and not gotten some form of diarrhea.
Yeah, I always feel bad after CC's. I haven't eaten in a while though. We gotta go to the top of the monorail car, I guess. Do we? Yeah, there we go. Get up, John Spartan.
Do we have... Yeah, you know, I still think we have Mr. Gotti's around town. I've never been. But I do like the idea of a mafia-themed pizza place. I will not lie.
It's called Every Local Pizza Place. They're all fronts.
I mean, I don't think Austin's Pizza is a front.
Yeah, but you also don't want to eat there.
They have decent gluten-free pizza. Alright, okay, Chaz. This is amazing. Apparently the CC's near Chazmosis closed down due to a customer finding something resembling a rodent in one of the pizzas.
It all comes full circle.
Yes, rat pizza!
It all comes back to rats.
Who's going to be the brave entrepreneur who makes rat pizza as like a sustainable farming thing?
Rattrepreneur.
Thank you.
Fuck up this monorail.
Yeah, that is true. Austin Pizza does put a lot of anchovies on their anchovy pizza. If you're a anchovy stan, which I do like anchovies on my pizza. Oh God! Someone was murdered at Joe Bush's CC's. we haven't had any murder at the CC's I would go to, which was in Rosenberg in Texas near Houston.
Murder-free record.
It was...
No murders here.
That's true. Ass kick.
Yeah. This is a tough one, this game.
Oh, good God, the audio this level.
Yeah, it's great. Some real quality Sega Genesis sound effects. Oh, okay. That was painful.
That was bad.
Where else can we go? Let's go to the library.
Okay, that ought to be nice.
That was me imitating the sound. Alright everyone, welcome to the museum. I mean, library. This is a library.
You know, I miss the absurdity and just the I don't know, the crazed nature of CC's Pizza Buffet.
It was a very chaotic place, yeah. You were never quite sure what was going to happen.
How much did they charge near you, Danny?
Like $5.
Yeah, it was $5. Well, yeah, so it is
the cheapest pizza possible.
It's 2009, and you're spending $5 for like macaroni and cheese pizza, which, by the way, was pretty decent. I actually really do like their white sauce, but it's also CC's, and you probably shouldn't eat there. Especially now. Now is really not the time to hit up the buffet, I think.
No.
Do you think CC's are delivering now?
I hope not.
Why? Are you like...
I hear you can get Chuck E. Cheese delivered.
Do you want to do that at some point?
No.
Just to have like the worst pizza and wings?
Might as well just get Papa John's.
You know, I've heard that on cruise lines, they're planning on doing buffets by having like... You go to the buffet and you just let them know what you want and you get served it instead of like actually touching the food. And I actually like that. I think that's a good idea.
That's a much better idea.
I would like all buffets to do that. You just go up and you have to like it could be like whatchamacallit style.
But then you have to be judged.
Well, you know what?
Be like, 12 slices of macaroni and cheese pizza, please.
You know what? Judge me all you want. I'm the one eating macaroni and cheese pizza and getting sick.
Yeah, it's my body. My choice.
Oh God, you're one of those protesters that accept my body, my choice. It's just like a picture of the nasty CC's pizza you can't eat.
My right to eat shitty pizza, yeah.
You know, I don't think the 3 seashells are in this game, unfortunately.
It might be at the end.
Okay.
He never does learn how to use them.
Chuck E. Cheese is on DoorDash?
See, my fan theory is the 3 seashells are a really fancy bidet. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, here's my theory. So it's a bidet, and what it is, you know that thing, that one video about resetting your lamp where it's like, turn on 3 seconds, turn off 3 seconds, turn on 3 seconds, turn off. It's something like that. It's like the lamp thing where you have to press the seashells in a certain order to unlock the bidet features to use it.
And people use them so often, they're just accustomed to it. I saw the phrase utility pizza in chat, and I'm going to remember that one.
Yeah, they're talking about Domino's as a utility pizza.
Because sometimes you do literally just need any pizza. Any pizza will do.
We should get pizza today.
And Domino's is definitely a utility pizza. I'm hearing sound effects as I speak. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're all deaf. We're all having hearing issues now.
Again, anyone who dropped $90 on this game and find out if this is a bad dump, you can do that. I think this is actually the Dennis Leary city.
Alright, we got folks talking about Little Caesars being a utility pizza.
Yeah, that is the ultimate utility pizza.
Papa John's is a utility pizza now too, and I gotta say, as much as people are shit talking Papa John's, and fairly so, Papa John's has the best gluten-free pizza on the cheap in the biz right now.
Did y'all see what just happened then?
You fell.
I spent like a minute standing on top of a gun shooting it, and then when it died, it blew up and killed me. Not a fan. Let's do that again without the death.
Yeah, the best, like, there's better gluten-free pizza in Austin. Actually, I gotta say, Austin is, like, a really good city to live in if you're gluten-free, because everywhere is like, hey, you like this health craze, right? You're eat this, please. So, but I gotta say, Papa John's gluten-free pizza is one of the few that doesn't make me sick afterwards. Domino's, I would always get sick. I would always be like, they put gluten in this, but for some reason, Papa John's one, it's fine.
Domino's can be pretty gross.
Yeah,
Papa John's, if nothing else, at worst, it's like bland.
Yeah.
You hear the music? They're using the Peter Frampton vocoder.
They are!
Oh, Demolition Man. Go around shooting stuff. I don't even know if it's saying words.
It's saying some words.
Oh, you turned it way down.
That's what it was earlier, so it doesn't make people go crazy in the brain.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I have to turn it down because the sound effects are so loud that they frequently get into the yellow. See? It's almost...
Oof. It hurts so good, the Sega CD's library.
No, this isn't by Tommy Tellerica, it's by Orca... Apparently Orca Games, okay.
Wow, Orca's made this music.
You know, gluten-free bread doesn't sound good, and a lot of it is just pure crap. It really is, but there's some okay stuff. Trader Joe's actually makes amazing gluten-free bagels, and I have not been able to get any of them due to everything going on.
Who likes naked dudes?
Hell yeah, we're at the
Naked Dude Factory.
The nude dude jail.
Look at that guy, he's screaming.
He's like, let me out of here.
Oh, there's no sound effects in this level. Nope, there they are.
There they are.
They're back.
Yeah, don't worry. Everyone's losing their minds.
Now, unfortunately, there's no cheat codes to let you have infinite health, so I may not end up beating this. But I'm gonna try and stand it for as long as I can.
Yeah, for me, the best gluten-free food is just cuisines that are naturally gluten-free, like stuff with like rice noodles and things like that. That's always better than like Joe's gluten-free chicken nuggets, which always taste like shit. Every time I go for gluten-free chicken nuggets frozen, they're always crap, which sucks because like you can make good I'm on a rant. Can I go on a rant?
Go ahead.
You can make good gluten-free fried chicken and shit like that. Like, I know for a fact it can be good because Mara, our roommate, makes it, and it's fucking incredible. But everyone else, you eat it and you're just like, I don't know what I expected. This tastes like
They just can't do it.
Yeah.
Not possible. I'd love to be able to create cheat codes in this emulator, Uzi. I've tried before, and it didn't work out well. I can do it in other emulators, there's just something about this one that makes it really difficult.
That's true. Booze is gluten-free.
Ooh.
Something to remember for tonight.
Not beer.
Well, there are some beers that are, but unfortunately those are hard to find. Cider, though. Cider and whiskey, baby.
I don't think I'm going to beat that level. That looked really hard to me. And also it kept beeping and groaning in my ears, and I didn't like that.
Alright, this is made by the same company that did Izzy's Quest for the Olympic Rings.
Mm-hmm, sure is. I looked that up before the stream. A lot of people involved afterward went to work on the Oddworld series, so good for them. But as for now, Simon says you lose.
Damn.
And that is the ultimate version of the 16-bit version of Demolition Man, completely separate from the 3DO edition, I should note. 1995, you really released this 2 damn years after the movie released in theaters. Acclaim, they had to do something with the license, and what they did was nothing until the very last minute. The very last chance they could release this Sega CD game, they did.
All right, real quick, thank you so very much to Tepid Snake for the 220 bits. Tepid Snake says, a bit for every Sega CD game you've played. I massively enjoyed these Monday streams as they're ones I can regularly catch. So thank you again for putting up with all the joys of Sega CD. Multiple hardware failures, bad ISO dumps, Willy Beamish to make this happen.
Yep, good times, bad times, we saw it all. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed.
And thank you very much to Krungling for the 25-month resub. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is it. We did it. We've played all the retail release Sega CD games. Even the broken ones, even the ones that sucked, even the ones that made us feel like less of human beings, even the ones that beeped and gronked and made all these terrible noises that I didn't know if was a bad dump or just bad emulation.
Let's boot the Sega CD and go to the title screen.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So we can have something to look at while we
break
down what we've seen.
We've done it. It is done. We will have more to say on this in podcast format in the end, but for now it's probably okay to say a few words. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to put the Sega CD to rest, for once and for all. We had good times, we had bad times, we played Lunar, excellent game, many excellent games. We played a lot of FMV games that weren't released on other systems. These games require dedication, they require you to think differently. Some of them, I think, are worth it if you get into them, specifically Double Switch, Surgical Strike, stuff like that. Otherwise, if you're not on the right wavelength to engage with FMV games, these games aren't going to change your mind. But They did exist, they're an important part of history, and I'm glad we explored it.
Thank you, Moower, for the 500 bits. Moower says, you can rest easy now, Sega CD. Your work is done. Thank you.
Nicely done, Sega CD.
And thank you to Feltemp Reparatio for a gift and a sub to Invisible Icarus. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, thank you. So what's in the future? I still want to do Monday streams still. I like this setup. I like the crowd we get here. Still have yet to finalize plans as to what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do partially.
Yes.
I have a plan for 2 Mondays from now. I think the plan is to take next Monday off to reconfigure, rethink things, give us a little break, for God's sakes.
Please.
But we will return with something similar. In the meantime, you've seen everything the Sega CD has to offer. Again, a full spreadsheet with all the stream archives is available right below this video screen on our Twitch bio. Go click that. It's on Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, whatever it is. Look through the list. If you see something that sounds stupid, click the link, and you'll see us play it and confirm that it was, in fact, stupid.
Very stupid. Thank you to the 100 bits to Fidget. Thank you, pals. Thank you, Fidget. And thank you, everyone who's watched us through this entire fucking odyssey.
FM Towns Monday, MSX Mondays, SG-1000 or ColecoVision.
Marty Mondays. Ooh, that one's good.
That's the thing. We gotta think of a library that's only a couple hundred big. We can't go on a big 1,000-game project. I think this took just long enough. We managed to do it in 2 years and a couple months. That's about all my attention span will warrant.
Alright, I've already seen someone vaguely reference what we might be doing, so I'm not going to acknowledge them. But we didn't steal it from you, whoever it was. Yeah. I'm not even going to acknowledge who it was.
These are all good guesses. One of them may, in fact, be entirely accurate.
One of them was accurate, and I was like, no, don't guess! But, yeah.
In any case, it'll be happening, and I hope you'll join us for it.
Get excited. It's going to be real fun.
I also hoped you enjoyed this entire run through the Sega CD's library. It was fun. It was educational. I now have a full grasp of everything the system is about. And what did I discover? Find out when we discuss it in more detail at a later date to be determined.
Yes.
In the meantime, please tune in on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central, where we are playing the very last unreleased Sega CD game. We've done the retail games, and there is just one video game left that was canceled that we have not played as part of this stream series. That game is Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors.
Yep.
We are going to play it on Wednesday. We will finish the adventure game mode in that game. I promise you that, because I save stated my way through this weekend, and I feel like a husk of a man right now.
Yeah, no, he is barely there. He looks like a dehydrated monster.
I look like Pitfall Harry Sr. over here.
Yeah, he's spindly, he's barely alive.
Just a stick man. So we'll play that. That game also has various mini-games, various forms of trickery, which we're going to try and simulate to the best of our ability. But that'll be fun, and I hope you'll join us for it. It'll be a good send-off for the Sega CD in general, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's our plans for Wednesday. I'm done here. Alex, wrap us up. I want to look for a host.
All right, Chad is screaming about. You know what? You'll just have to see what happens on Wednesday. All right.
I have plans.
We have plans.
Don't you ever think I don't have a plan?
All right. Well, there wasn't a vote this week. We do typically let folks who pitch in $5 a month or more on our Patreon vote on what we play every Wednesday. So if that's something that interests you, or if you just want to financially support the stream, which we do appreciate, just check out patreon.com/retropals. There you can pitch in, support the show, and help keep us going, which we really, really, again, do appreciate. Thank you all so very much. We're also on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We post highlights of our streams there, including our latest video, which is a look at Castle Shikigami 2. So if you like some of the best, in quotation marks, voice acting on the PS2, please do check that out. It's very, 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 very funny.
That was good stuff.
It was really, really funny. It's idiot power, folks. It's
Big
idiot
bro.
Power. Little bro.
Dead, but still bros.
That's true. I do feel dead.
Me too. Let's go die.
All right, it sounds great. So,
Everyone, go have a fun day, whether or not you are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you recover in that case.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Let's leave y'all with, got a few options here. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with Dino again. Because earlier today, he was playing a game we wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Small Soldiers for the PS1. He's since moved on to Toy Story 2 for the PS1.
No!
Apparently someone in his chat has been feeding him really bizarre PS1 games to play today, so that should be a lot of fun. So enjoy that. We'll see you Wednesday, and thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.